Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Back to Back Boys, episode 5 on Wednesday, November 5th. Clock or calendar has turned to November. Kind of crazy. Got a great episode for you coming up. Zach, say hello. You get mad at me when I don't let you say hello.
Hello.
We're not doing this again. I'm afraid we might be doing this again. Just very briefly. We're not gonna be near as in our feelings as we were last week. We're gonna talk about the Indiana State game very, very quickly and briefly, and then we're gonna move on. We're gonna preview USD. We're going to talk Washington State, Northwestern, Iowa, even though there's really not much there because two of those teams had byes. We'll do the college football fastest 2 minutes, gear grinder, and slap hands, and then we will send you into the USD game, and we'll talk to you guys next week. So, without further ado, we will start off with the Indiana State game. Zach, would you like to go first?
I would like to preface everything that we are going to say in this and to say that as former players, we have to try and remain as positive as possible while also accurately portraying what we saw. Because to sit here and tell you guys that what we saw on Saturday was good in really any facet would be a lie. And I think everyone inside the walls of the program also knows that when they turn on the game film.
Yeah,
And
sorry,
yeah, it's
just
just
real
been a
quick.
very disappointing back to back 2 weeks. And yeah,
I just quit. You can keep going, but I definitely agree with you. Like, we don't want to be disingenuous and just, uh, you know, piss on your leg and tell you it's raining. We're not going to do that. So, but yeah, and like you said, everybody in the building would agree too. So, yeah, I mean, we just got to rip the band-aid off. It wasn't great. Just not a great
no,
showing.
it was the worst loss we've had in the last decade, probably, maybe longer.
I just kept waiting like for a big play to take place and to kind of grease the wheels a little bit and
Yeah.
just break out of the funk and get rolling, and it just never happened. And I think a huge play like where it almost happened was that fake punt, which love the call.
Great call.
And obviously they saw something on film. They're like, hey, this is gonna be wide open, let's run it. Love the call, great call. It worked to perfection. Huge gain. Gotta hold on to the football. Just have to hold on to the football. I feel like that in an already flat kind of a day is from just what it's. And again, I wasn't at the game. Just from what I observed on TV, everything seemed flat. That fake punt, we get some juice, we get some momentum, fumble, wind out of the sails again, and there really wasn't that much to begin with from what it looked like from my perspective.
Yeah, I completely agree with you in the sense that especially when you're playing a team that was 2-6 going into the week, you're kind of not that we're at a point where we can take anyone lightly, but like at least as a fan, I was waiting for someone to make a play. I was waiting for someone to truck somebody. I was waiting for a momentum swinger that was going to kickstart and get all of the guys to say, "Oh, hey, we're still that team. We're going to continue to do what we always did." And it just never really happened. There was never a moment where I felt like it was like, "Oh, we're good from here." Like it felt like we were just waiting on something to happen and we didn't make anything happen.
I think that's a great way to phrase it. Like, we kind of sat back and we're just waiting for something to happen. Like, that's, you got to be more aggressive and go make it happen because it's not just going to fall in your lap. And like we talked about last week, like after NDSU did what they did to us in the national spotlight, like they should have been just like dogs pulling on the chain, and like you have to hold them back to go play. Like, and I really didn't get that sense from them. So I I mean we dominated them in literally every statistical category except the score. I don't even know how that's possible. And it was like by a
No.
lot.
Yeah.
It's not like we barely outrushed them, we barely outpassed them. We destroyed them in every single box on the stat sheet except the score. and I have no words for that. I don't know how that happens. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's just but it's a combination of a lot of things. Like, do I still think we're better than them? Absolutely. But how do we find a like how do we not find a way to win that game? I think is also another way to phrase it. Like how do
well,
we
I think I mean I don't want to speak for everyone else, but I feel like a lot of people had to be thinking that. Like I watched the whole game, obviously well aware we didn't play our best, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, like we're gonna find a way to squeak it out. Probably don't deserve to win this game, but we're gonna find a way to make it happen. You can look at the film without dealing with the consequences of a loss and go from there. But it just, like I said, I was just waiting on it to happen, and it just never did.
when you think back to earlier in the year when we won a title one at Montana State. We went and we won ugly at Youngstown State, who's a good team. Like we've gone through and kind of sputtered a little bit, but there was like we always caught ourselves. And
Yeah,
I feel like we were just expecting, hey, this is Indiana State. We'll definitely catch ourselves, and at some point we'll hit rhythm, and just never did.
yeah. Um, Bullock had a great catch again. That was probably the highlight of the game. I mean, that was an insane catch. He's so good. And yeah, we're gonna obviously continue to need him as these last few weeks of the season come in. But I mean, yeah, as far as the game goes, like we need to find some offensive rhythm. We need to find something that can give us
Yeah,
some success to march down the field and put points up on the board. And
yeah,
I
and
mean,
I
at this point, it just doesn't seem like field goals are going to cut it.
no, and a little bit to that degree, there was two drives right in a row, and it was in the second quarter. We were down 10-3, and it was 4th and 3 on the 28-yard line, and we kicked the field goal. Which me personally, I'm an offensive guy. We always had a good offense. So I was always like, hey, I trust us. Let's go for it. That's what always made sense to me, like internally. The fact that we kicked a field goal there, fine. You have a backup quarterback in, go get the points, cut it down. Like, that's great. But then also on the same exact yard line, the very next drive, and it's 4th and 6, so it's 3 yards longer, and we go for it. I don't I don't think I really care if we do it one way or the other, but if we're on the same exact spot and it's harder for us to get the first down, why are we kicking the easier one to go for and going for the longer one? Which I
Yeah,
get football is a very complex thing to coach. I would definitely mess it up. Significantly easier watching the game than it is being in it. But that was just one of those where it was like I wanted us to go for the first one, and then the second one happened. And I was like, why this one? We didn't have the confidence on the first one. Why are we throwing it back out there on the second?
yeah. Kind of like like it. We acknowledge that we're at this point we're armchair quarterbacks. Like everything's probably
Yeah,
easy to see from our
significantly
vantage
easier
point.
to say it from where we're sitting
Right? No.
than where the coaches. Like,
Right. And
absolutely.
we're very well aware of that, and like we've stated before, we trust this coaching staff and what they have planned. But I get what you're saying. I would agree with you. Kind of makes you scratch your head a little bit.
I
Um,
feel irresponsible not to say something because I was watching the game and I'm sure other fans out there were watching it and were like, did we just, I like, that was the same thing except
yeah,
harder. Like,
yeah. I agree with you. I it kind of didn't add up to me at the time either, but um, yeah. Again, there's no time to hang your head, especially now with the last few games we got coming up here. There's absolutely no reason or like you just can't hang your head because then you're really gonna be in for a rude awakening. And obviously, I guess up till this point, we've been pretty hard on them, but like it's not indicative of who they are as a football team. It was just they caught us on a bad day. Um, previous results don't dictate future outcomes. So
Yeah.
gotta head down to Vermilion now and you just grit your teeth and get ready for a fight because that's what it's going to be.
And let's give the team a little bit of credit. Everyone knows it, but we're hurt right now. The thing is, Indiana State doesn't care if we're hurt. USD this week doesn't care if we're hurt. You still play the game on Saturday. So we can I acknowledge we weren't at full strength, but our team should still be able to show more fight, if that's a fair statement. I mean,
Yeah. And yeah, like everybody online is kind of being tough on Luke Marble. I just want to give the kid some flowers. He is tougher than a $2 steak. He takes a beating out there and he pops right up and just, you know, buckles his chin strap a little tighter and goes back for the next snap. And I was watching Coach Jackson's press conference. Apparently he was a little banged up going into the game, but he was like, no way in hell am I not going to play this game because like he knew the team needed him. So shout out, he's a tough kid, and I mean like he's a freshman. He's
yeah.
young, so like he's gonna need the reps. He's gonna need the reps. The more reps he gets, the better he's gonna be. He'll learn. The coaches will coach him up. I'm not worried about that. So
First fall in the system too. If I'm not mistaken, he joined us after spring ball this year. And a quarterback's one of those positions where you need the reps in the offense and need the reps with the guys. And let's be honest, he hasn't been like with Chase there, he hasn't been taking the first string reps. He doesn't know what a lot of the first string receivers routes are going to look like necessarily to like on a timing scale.
mm-hmm.
Like when you change quarterbacks or you change receivers, there is an aspect of that where that timing does just get thrown off, and that guy runs that route just a little different, and maybe he's a little quicker, he's a little slower, he's a little bigger, and I can body throw it. And there's a lot of nuances that go into that too.
For sure, for sure. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that point in there quick about Luke. I think he's tough, which I can respect because that's kind of a non-negotiable if you're gonna wear the rabbit helmet on Saturday. So
Absolutely.
I know we kind of talked about it. Like we put a ball on it. It's over. It's in the past. Let's look ahead to USD. Um, Obviously, no word yet on if Chase Mason's going to go. I don't really think anybody knows. Um, we're going to play who we play, and frankly, I don't really care who's under center. Like I said before, anytime we went down there, you knew it was just going to be an absolute heavyweight fight. Like they are going to come at SDSU with absolutely everything they have.
Yeah.
And as the old saying goes, you go to SDSU to win national championships, play in big games, play in front of sold out crowds, and you go to USD to beat SDSU. So they're going to put all they have into this game. That there's no doubt about that.
And it seems like whenever you go down there, it's always, you know, their sights are set on us. Kind of like you said. Like when you're there, their season is made. If they win this game and lose out the rest of the year, they go to the playoffs and they get bounced in the first round. Cool. That's a win. You know, like it's been that way for a while. I think our program's got to the point where our expectations, our standards are higher. We have to get back to those standards because the last 2 weeks haven't been that. But going down there, what their mission is, what our mission is, and it's going to be a personal week.
Yeah, and like we can make jokes and talk shit because it's USD and like that's just what we do. But I don't want to say give them credit because I don't want to. So
Never.
I'll just say, looking at the previous result, they are coming off a huge win against a ranked team, and we're coming off losing to a 2-6 team. So like, yeah, we can poke fun on them, whatever. Like they're our rival. We don't like them, obviously, but I mean, they're coming off a huge win. Like they're going to have a ton of confidence, and I'm sure just looking at the film of last week, like they will be confident that they can beat us. So how are we going to treat them walking in down there? Are we going to be, the wounded animal, beat up, and tail between our legs, like we're banged up, we're injured, like feel sorry for us? I can guarantee you they do not give a shit. They will not feel sorry for you. Oh yeah, you guys are beat up. Well, we'll take it easy on you guys. Like we'll, they will do everything they can to kick you while you're down, they will try to embarrass you. So because that's the type of game it is, and that's just what you're walking into down there. The crowd is going to be hostile. They're going to yell shit at you. That they do get kind of creative down there, which I can respect. I always loved
That's
it.
fair. The student section's right behind us on the
Yeah,
bench,
we thrived on
and
that. That was
that's
so much
fair.
fun. Those
Yeah, it
were the
was.
best. The road games when there's drunk college students behind you yelling at you, then you sometimes you'd talk back to them. Not all the time though, right? Just a few times. But no, that's what
But
makes it fun. That's why I want to play college football. So I'm sure they're working this week. They got to get their minds right. It's going to be hostile. It's going to be a dogfight. Like they're not going to feel bad for you because we're banged up or because we just lost 2 games in a row. They're going to try to
yeah,
exploit us at every turn. So
let's not forget back to what we were saying earlier. This is the same team that the last time they beat us down there and ran around the field like they had just won the national championship. Not only did they run right past us on the sidelines, they then, a majority of their players proceeded to look at our parent section, our fan section in the corner of the Dakota Dome, and proceed to flip all of them off. Like,
oh,
this game will be
I got flipped
insanely
off.
personal.
I got
That's
flipped
not
off
surprising.
multiple times. Fair,
KYP,
valid,
know your
valid,
personnel.
valid.
That you had it coming.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
guarantee it.
Um, yeah, probably.
You can
Uh,
try and argue it.
yeah, no, I don't want to. I do remember that. I prefer to just not think of that day.
That's fair,
But
but that
I
honestly
do, I do remember that though.
that lingers more in my mind than the actual game. Just to know to signify the level of hatred that is between these two teams.
Well, I mean, it's like we said, like even 2019 when we were down there, their season was done. Like they knew they didn't have a shot at the playoffs, and they like stormed the field. Players were like tossing their helmets up. Like the only thing that didn't happen was there was no confetti raining down. Like you would
Yeah,
have thought that they had just hoisted the trophy. They didn't hoist anything. They hoisted some beers at the bar later because they just beat SDSU. That was it. So yeah, like I said, well, we're gonna poke fun like they're, obviously we don't like them, but pride's on the line at this point. Like you gotta, you gotta go in there with some
you
gusto and get
you
ready to.
have to buckle your chin strap up and realize these last 2 weeks have been about as bad as it can get, and you're going into your rival's place, and they are going to bring absolutely everything they have. And if you don't do the exact same, it's it's not going to be a good result. Like we have to bring everything we have, and we have to play a good game. And we need energy from everybody. Like if we go in there with, like you said, with our tail tucked between our legs, like it's not going to be great going into. Uh, I believe they're sold out down there
Really,
for the game.
all 8,000 seats.
Hey, hey, I'm just reporting a sellout. I didn't
I
catch the
know.
number of tickets.
I think it's more than 8,000. I don't like
Maybe
those.
eight and a half,
I don't like those guys.
eight and a quarter.
But I here's what I envision happening for the first like 5 minutes of the game. I think they are going to they're going to do what they do. They're going to get in your face. They're going to hit you late. They're going to, talk shit. They're going to do everything and try to big dog you right away. And I want to see how we're going to respond to that. Like, are we just going to, look at them and walk away? Or like, I want to see some grit and spit. Get back in their face. Like, do not let them push you around. Do not let that
Yeah,
happen because I guarantee you they're going to try as the first few minutes of the game. They're going to put all their dirty little tricks, all their little mind games. They're going to try to big dog everybody. Be like, you guys, they're going to try to put doubt in their mind right away. Like, get back in their face, shove them back
yeah.
after the whistle. Frankly, the coaches might get mad at me for saying this. If you get 15-yarder, I don't care. I would actually enjoy seeing that. Like, just give me something.
A
Just
15 yarder that you earn backing somebody up. A 15
yeah,
yarder where you're setting the tone. Not a
yes,
15 yarder where it's stupid
yeah.
saying
Nothing
saying
stupid. Like
something.
You don't want to go
Yes.
like blindside somebody 30 seconds after the whistle, but if somebody like shoves the QB or like pushes the running back down after he's on the ground, like if you're the second guy, like it's the second guy who always gets caught, but if they start something, yeah, go finish it. I don't care if you get the
Yeah.
flag. Finish it. Like let them know you're not just going to shove us around down here. Like
And
that.
it'd be ideal if we didn't get the flag for it and do everything up until the flag. But I
Mhm.
agree with you that sometimes the envelope needs to be pushed.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how many times we did it to other teams and teams try to do it to us? We're like, no, you're not playing that game with us. Like,
Mhm.
we'll go right where you want to go. Like, when we're not like, you want to play that way? Fine. Like, doesn't matter.
Yeah. It'll be good. I'm excited. I'm excited to see. Like I don't want it to get lost. Like Coach Jackson, they're gonna have them. They're gonna have them ready to go. The coaches will have a game plan because, like we said, I guarantee the first ones to look in the mirror after last Saturday was the coaching staff, and they've gotten better this week. So, moving on, unless you have anything else to add about that, I could talk
No,
about how much
I
I could
was
talk
looking at
about how
their
much I don't
scores.
like USD for hours, but we don't have that kind of time around here. So,
No, we like to keep it short and concise for the people. I'm sure they understand how much we don't like them. Jesus, a beer on the pod?
the strawberry water, caffeine free.
Ah,
I'm getting old. It's too late for caffeine. I'll just drink my pot of coffee for sing in the morning.
all right. Let's talk about the rest of college football.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, like we said, not a lot to cover here. Northwestern, they had a bye. They head to Southern California on Friday night. Um, Iowa had a bye. They have a huge game coming up against Oregon. So we're recording this on Tuesday night. The college football playoff rankings just came out. Iowa's number 20 currently. So a win versus Oregon might take them a long way. Put them at 7-2. Excuse me. But I mean,
Can we
listen,
also just acknowledge that they weren't ranked in the AP poll and that the AP poll sucks?
the AP poll is a joke. Again, we don't have enough time for me to say how much I don't like the AP poll.
We could go into that for a while.
Doesn't make any sense.
AP poll, bad. College football rankings, good.
I don't know if I go that far. That committee,
Better.
that committee really just rubs me the wrong way. Like they're a bunch of suits who try to
But they
like
took off their
appeal.
hats as they were going into their
that
meeting.
that's what I'm saying. Like I bet they had some PR person back there be like, guys, you know what would really think all these fans like think you're just like them, like you just love watching football on Saturday and you're not like a millionaire with a $300,000 suit on. Take your hat on and put it on the hat rack. That'll really make them think like you're just like the rest of
And
us.
and for nobody or for anyone out there who doesn't know what we're talking about, the college football playoff committee, before they had met, there was a hat rack sitting outside their meeting room, and they go into a closed door meeting, and every one of them took off their hat, their white college football hat, and they all had the same exact hat, and they set it on the hat rack and walked in because it was all business inside.
All you need to know about these people is because so they're the college football playoff committee. They decide who gets into the playoff. They like show their room setup like towards the end of the season where they like are watching these games to determine like who's on the bubble, who they want to put in. If you have a college football party and your buffet of food consists of like carrot sticks, celery pieces, cauliflower, like just it's like an array of vegetables. Like there's no chicken wings, there's no pizza, there's no nachos, there's no beer. Like what kind of college football party is that? Nobody does that.
I've never been more like ashamed, but also like proud of what you've said on the podcast so far. Like,
It's
I
true.
completely agree with you. It just
It's
doesn't sound
true.
good coming, like saying it.
Your average Joe doesn't be like, "Hey, pass me those carrot sticks and let's watch college football all day." Like,
That's
listen,
fair.
no shame if you like carrot sticks. I'm just saying there's certain football foods and they have zero of them. Anyway, back to
And that
so
was
that was
Garrett on food.
so that was our Iowa preview. But no, so back to
uh,
it. So listen, I'm just saying, Kinnick Stadium, big game mark. I think they got a fighter's chance. They got to fight a
Oregon
chance.
is favored by 6.5.
I feel like that's a lot.
Seems like a
Is
lot.
that
That
a
seems
Nike?
like a
Is that a
lot for
Nike?
it's a 2:30 kick.
Oh,
So
that makes sense then.
the
That's
crummy thing for Iowa is it would have been great had they gotten the big noon kickoff slot, because then they would have kicked Oregon. They would have been playing a 9 o'clock kick from their, own time zone for Pacific time. Like that's what it would have been when they were playing in Iowa. And you don't know time zones?
I follow you. I just had to compute it for a second.
That-
I had to compute for a second.
or if you play the night game at Kinnick, that's just going to be different. So I do think that 2:30 kick is probably the best time for Oregon, but also having recently been to Kinnick and seeing that what they did the week after to Minnesota in Kinnick, and they have Markinowski at quarterback, the same team that only lost to Indiana by 5 at home, and Oregon lost by 10 at home. Sounds like it's going to be a Hawkeye day.
That'd be so sick. That would
That
be
would
so.
be so sick,
That would
because
be so sick.
Mark would just be going crazy on all the social, like Iowa beating Oregon, and I could just picture Mark just having the go ahead touchdown, just trucking over somebody to get in the end zone. Oh, it's going to be glorious. Looking forward to Saturday.
Okay, moving out west, the New Mexico Lobos, for the first time since 2016, I believe, are going bowling. They are bowl
Oh, they're
eligible.
going bowling.
They
Let's hear
got
it
they
up for the
yeah,
Lobos.
get up for the Lobos. They got their sixth win under first year head coach at New Mexico, Jason Eck. Shout out Jason Eck. They're so fired up about him out there. Like I get stuff on like Lobo Twitter, just pops up on my feed, and like they're trying so hard to keep him a secret with every passing win because
They realize what's going to happen.
as first reported on the Back to Back Boys podcast, I think Jason Eck would be a shoe in for a potential opening in the Big Ten at possibly his alma mater school. I caught it. I saved it. Uh,
Big word guys on this podcast.
but yeah, the Lobos are rolling. They got a bye week this week, so that's even better. Like they can just ride the high of being bowl eligible for the first time and they just ride it into a bye week. Like that's got to feel good.
And they beat a good UNLV team too.
Yeah, that's what we were saying a couple weeks ago. Like looking ahead at their schedule, I think they dropped one that they probably shouldn't have. Or no, San Jose State, right?
They lost to Boise and San Jose State, and if I'm not mistaken, they were underdogs in both of those games.
Right. I think we said they had to get one.
And they were both on the road.
They had to get one of those, like to be
Yeah,
for playoff contention. But
well, they probably needed both for true playoff.
Well, a group of 5 team isn't even ranked in the top 12 for the playoff selection.
That's right true. Now, the fact that one of those is going to get in is kind of insane.
Yeah. So anyway, Lobos are rolling. Congrats to Coach Eck. Hope he can keep
have a little bit of magic happen down the stretch. Maybe we see him in the Mountain West Championship game. It's not the craziest thing in the world.
That'd be huge. Against who? Who's like the top of the
conference? So San Diego State and Boise State. They would need Boise State has 1 loss in conference. New Mexico has 2. So they would need a little bit of help there, especially because Boise holds the head-to-head. Mm-hmm. And San Diego State doesn't have any losses. So it's not super likely, but also it's the Mountain West. Crazier things have happened.
Sure. We'll stay out on the West Coast and Washington State. Coach Myers, cover your ears or skip ahead, one of the two.
He skipped right to this point again?
He did. So now, okay. So now he just skipped in. First of all, hello.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Second of all, cover your ears and skip ahead maybe a minute or two. So Washington State lost to Oregon State 10-7. Not a ton of points being scored. Defense played well.
Yeah.
Gave up 10 points.
I mean, yeah, but Oregon State that was their second win of the year. Oregon State has lost to Cal, Fresno State, Texas Tech, Oregon, Houston, App State, Wake Forest. They beat Lafayette last week to get their first win, or 2 weeks ago. They had a bye week before Washington State, and then they beat Washington State. But also, congratulations to the Oregon State Beavers. They clinched the share of the Pac-12 championship with their record of 2-7.
I didn't I didn't watch the game, so I don't really know what happened. I think I saw there were a ton of like offensive penalties, kind of just shooting themselves in the foot. So again, our analysis means nothing on this because I didn't watch the game. I assume you didn't either.
No,
So
no, I'm not watching the 10-7 slugfest. Not particularly riveting.
that was mean. That was mean. So mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a text about it.
That is
so
mean.
You didn't have to say that.
That is mean. I think they're in a bye now, right?
They are bye week this week, and then they finish up their 3 game stretch of the season, hosting Louisiana Tech, traveling to James Madison, and then hosting the Beavers to see if they can clinch a share of the championship.
I was going to say they're still alive for their share of the Pac-12. So
they are. They just need to get the home game.
Yep.
And then I could be wrong, but if they win their last game of their season against Oregon State, not in a look-ahead spot, but in a look-ahead spot, could be the first time potentially in college football history where every team in a conference wins a share of the conference.
That could be. We'll have to do some research on that. Don't quote us.
We'll get our stats department on that.
Yep. We'll get the stats. Okay, I think that would about cover it. Should we move on to the fastest 2 minutes and then we'll finish up?
Yeah.
Disclaimer. I know we kind of talked about it before we started recording. Kind of a snooze fest week as far as college football goes. And at the FBS level anyway. Just not a lot of like I'm just scrolling through ESPN right now, and I mean we did preface with saying it was going to be a snooze fest, but we said stay alert though.
I believe someone on this podcast tried to say that a weekend like this might end up being a very good weekend of college football.
Yeah,
I would like for that person to raise their hand right now.
The catch-all word for that was might or possibly or could be. I never said it was.
I don't even remember what you said.
I know I had a catchword in there that cleared me of any responsibility if in fact we did have a snooze fest of games. So I'm good.
So you're saying the glove doesn't fit.
Mike. Oh, that was a good one. I like that. That was good. Yeah, I guess just start the clock. These all kind of stink.
On you.
This is gonna be the longest minute doing this ever. Okay. Ohio State beats Penn State 38-14. Penn State season's been dead for a long time. Indiana kills Maryland 55-10. Indiana, probably one of the best teams in college football. Georgia barely beats Florida. Who really cares? They should play that game on one of the campuses. Ole Miss beats South Carolina. Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss are rolling. Lane Kiffin is going to make so much money in this next coaching cycle. Georgia Tech goes down. NC State beats number 8 Georgia Tech, knocking them out of the playoff picture for the moment. Vanderbilt stormed back late, still loses Texas 31-34. Vanderbilt fraud. Miami loses again. That's too bad. SMU final in overtime. Big win for them. Notre Dame's going to run out the rest of the way and get in the college football playoff. Texas Tech, they lost one game on accident and are just going to roll everybody from around out. Oklahoma beats Tennessee on the road. Kind of a big win for them. Still don't think they're very good. Virginia beats California. Virginia's going to be in a college football playoff. Nobody saw that coming through at the start of the year. Cincinnati, Utah. Utah wins 45-14. Utah actually looked good, and I had no idea if they were good or not. Michigan, still don't think they're very good. They beat Purdue 21-16. West Virginia wins on the road at Houston 45-35. USC beat Nebraska. Bad news for Nebraska fans.
For the people who are watching on the view, I tried to count you down, started to realize that they can't really see my hand halfway through. A little too close, so that's unfortunate. Also, you were very eager to call Vanderbilt frauds. You've been on that train for a while.
Oh, I've been hate watching Vanderbilt. I'll own it. I hate watch Vanderbilt every week. All right.
Fair.
Look ahead. Let's see if week 11 will be any better. Are you ready?
Oh, I am. On me?
Here, 3, 2, 1, go.
And we start on Tuesday and Wednesday night with a couple of action games. Then we go to Thursday and we also have games, but let's be honest, nobody's watching those. Friday we have Northwestern and maybe upset USC, probably not, but it could be fun. Indiana Penn State was going to be good. Now it's not. Georgia, Mississippi State, BYU, Texas Tech, probably game of the week. Garrett says Texas Tech continues to roll the entire game, but dude, does BYU have anything to say about that? Who knows? Ohio State plays Purdue. Is Purdue going to beat them? No, because they're the number one team in the nation, not the number two team in the nation. That one only happened if they're number two. Texas A&M is playing Missouri. Sneaky good game, sneaky upset spot. Oregon, Iowa. We already covered that. Iowa by a million. We've got Washington versus Wisconsin. Wisconsin, please lose horribly so you can get Jason Eck as your head coach. Virginia's playing Wake Forest. Hopefully they don't stub their toe so they can make it to the college football playoff. Louisville's playing Cal. Hopefully they don't do the same thing. LSU Bama is supposed to be good. Now it's not going to be good. Navy Notre Dame. Why are they playing Navy this late in the season? Honestly, I didn't really miss much. There's a lot of teams on buys this last week and this week. And then also you got to think about we're getting more games on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So,
which is not a bad thing, but I feel like a lot of these games where they were supposed to be good. The same with last week. Like they were supposed to be good in August. Yes. Like you looked ahead, you're like, oh, that's going to be great. And now with how the season's played out, some of them are just bleh. So
it was a big weekend these last 2 weekends where if you looked before the season started, you're like, hey, don't make any plans those weekends. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be glued to my TV. Mm-hmm. And now we're like, I'm okay.
I mean, there's some decent ones in here. Like
I mean,
kind of like you mentioned,
UMass, Texas Tech, BYU. Did you just say UMass?
No, they're playing right now on a Tuesday night. You gotta love Maction.
That made me think of it as I was saying.
Dude,
it's the holiday season. Happy Maction, everybody.
It's at Akron. It's a Tuesday night in Akron, Ohio. It's probably like 35 degrees and there's like 30 people in the stands and they're all parents. And that's the beautiful thing about college football. So also I would like to say I did not know Texas Tech played BYU right after I said they were going to roll everybody the rest of the way. So measuring stick game. We'll see how that one goes.
I don't know. You said it and I reported it. So now if you lied, then I lied.
Well, if I go down, you're coming with me. So
damn.
Okay. Let's wrap it up. We will do our gear grinder and our slap hands. Would you like to go first? I feel like I always go first.
Yeah, I can go first.
Take it away.
My gear grinder of the week, I've got 2 quick ones. First one being daylight savings time. While it was nice to wake up on Sunday morning and have an extra hour of sleep, seeing that it's dark at 5:30 now is not good. And we're going to be in the dark ages until, what is it, March that it springs forward? Mm-hmm. Somewhere in there. And so it's fine from now to the holidays because, there's at least something to look forward to, but we are in the thick of it now. The days are only getting shorter. And then my other gear grinder of the week is people who don't know how to drive. I was on the interstate and there was a car and we were in a construction zone going 65 on the interstate.
No.
And this car, I see them on the on-ramp very far ahead of me. They get up. I'm like, no problem. I'm going to be fine. I'm approaching this car. I have to slam on the brakes. This car is going 35 and a 65. Mm-hmm. And proceed to just be the slowest car. There are hardly any cars out. Like it was night, like not a lot of cars out. Somehow got a pile up of cars. And it was like, hey, can we not like do this? Like, can we know what the speed limit is? Can we be okay? And that's PSA to everyone and a forewarning for people who are going to get snow this winter. Learn how to drive before the snow hits the ground. Drive cautiously because that's always the worst when there's bad weather and people just forget how to drive. So those are my gear grinders. My slap hands of the week, though.
Sorry,
that you have something to say.
That segment was brought to you by the South Dakota DOT.
what was their latest campaign that they had a couple years ago during the winter?
Uh,
What was
well,
it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
no, I was just gonna make fun of you real quick and say also stay on alert. It might snow this weekend, or it's like supposed to, which I'm all the way out on. Like no snow until after Thanksgiving at least. But continue. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Um, my slap hands of the week though, and on a positive note for me, uh, I will be an uncle again, hopefully this week. It is my
Give it up for
thank
Zach.
you,
Give it up for Zach. Two-time
thank
uncle.
you. Being an uncle is the best thing. It is awesome. I know you know the feeling, but just
It's
to
the
be able
best.
to go hang out, play, like get to see your nieces and nephew just giggle and like just be the awesome uncle. And then when they need a diaper change, just say, here you go. That's not
Mm-hmm.
my responsibility. And when they start crying, they go cry to mom and dad. But when they want to have fun, they come to us. It's awesome. And I love being an uncle. And yeah, hopefully, I don't know if it's a niece or a nephew, but hopefully get another one later this week.
What are you hoping for?
And also, slap hands of the week was for my lovely fiance because she had great costumes picked out for her this weekend. And I also figured out that she listens to the show now. So I needed to throw that in there.
Oh, you got to really be careful then if you ever, like you got to be
No,
on.
no, I,
Or
but
no, 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 yeah, yeah.
we would
No, you're
never do
right.
it.
Never
Like,
mind.
I'm
No.
just going to continue to say what I say.
Mm-hmm.
And I always make sure that I acknowledge my loving fiance
I was
because
going to
she's the
say
best.
you have to be careful about driving on that potential snow that was coming. That's what I was going to say before I was so rudely interrupted. But my
Oh, no. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, you take it away. We're
uh,
good here.
okay,
How was your costume? How was your costume? We told the people we'd report.
mine was good. I enjoyed it. It turned out better than I thought. It was like $30 on Amazon. So I mean,
And you were?
I was Sheriff Woody. So I mean, didn't have like again $30 on Amazon from Toy Story.
Did you
Didn't have
use his government name?
Sheriff
He's
Woody.
just Woody from Toy Story.
Yeah, but he's the law.
All right.
You gotta.
Now you're the law.
Did I not have a star that said sheriff? Um,
All right.
Now I lost my train. I was gonna say something else too. Oh yeah, but $30 on Amazon. Didn't have high hopes, but it got the job done. So
Yeah.
my gear grinder of the week is actually something that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. Is rich jerks in corporate sports media, aka ESPN, aka YouTube TV and Disney and Hulu. And literally, I don't even really care like whose fault it is. Like everybody's pointing the finger and they're like, no, 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 like don't get mad at these guys. It's these guys who are they all suck. They're all just trying to pry more money out of all these everyone's hands, out of our own hands. And I'm gonna sound like old man yelling at cloud right here because like I'm 26, but I hate the whole streaming model, the subscription model, the like this was all supposed to be made. They're like, no, 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 like we're gonna make this app and you can just watch all these sports on this one app. It's gonna make your life so much easier. Oh, great. Yeah. I'll give you $14.99 a month. That sounds great. Okay, yeah, we're going to do that for a little bit. And then seven other companies are going to make an app and they're all going to get bought by Disney or all of this other people, and then it's gonna be like, yeah, well, you have this app, but now you have to get this app too. And like, okay, yeah, you have both these apps, but you need this extension through that app you already have, which is an extra $6.99 a month. So I don't like your face right now because I know you feel the same way about
I
it as I do.
I do. It's funny to hear you on your soapbox. I love
It's
when you're agitated. I'm a good friend like that.
I feel like okay, yeah. Okay, one, two, three, one, two, three.
Oh, stop.
um, so yeah, I don't even know like there's certain college football like a college football Saturday was impacted because of this. Monday Night Football was not available to watch. It is
I didn't
just
watch it.
it's so I didn't watch it either. It's so frustrating. It's so annoying. It's so stupid. And I mean,
You can
I
have You
I
can
don't
have
think it's
YouTube
going to get
TV.
any better. It's not going to get better. Like, it's not going to get fixed. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, guess what? Great. They reach an agreement. Guess what? We're going to have the same issue however long down the road with different networks.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It's ridiculous.
And I will say for the streaming model, I do enjoy YouTube TV being able to go to the quad box. It's a very seamless thing, easy to navigate. But I do completely agree with you just with all the you got to have this. Well, this game's only on Peacock. Well, this game's only on, ESPN Plus. Well, this game's only on, and now we can't even watch regular ESPN, and now it's on this, and now it's on, Paramount Plus only, and now it's on Netflix only, and now there's just, I want to be able to watch football. Can I
Yeah.
just watch football? Can I
Yeah,
pay
I
for
know.
something and watch football? That's all I want to do.
It's way too overcomplicated, and it's again, it's just greedy people in suits who are so much not like the common sports fan, but they pretend to be, and it's just super super annoying. Um, my okay, so that's the end of that. End of my rant. Slap hands was the World Series was an all time World Series. That was um I loved to watch every game was electric. If you're a Blue Jays fan though, you got to be
That's
down
tough.
down bad.
Multiple times, like, oh, we should
Yeah.
win this. And then, nope.
Oh man, they and I don't like the Dodgers. Like I
I was
was
truly torn. I don't know if you were, but
I mean to
it
be
was, do I
fair,
cheer for the Dodgers, who it's tough to cheer for, or do I cheer for the Canadian team?
mhm, which
Didn't know where to go.
as previously mentioned, I'm a big America guy. So I don't know if I want to cheer for Canada, but I also don't like the Dodgers. So I was kind of in between, honestly. So that's why I was just so happy that it went 7 games, like just every game was electric. So that was my slap hands. But yeah, November, 3 games left in the
It
regular
is
season.
crazy. It's crazy that it's already here.
Maybe Thanksgiving before we know it. That'll be a whole nother thing too. I love Thanksgiving. I can't wait. Diet will be on pause in
And what specifically is your favorite
two
thing about
weeks.
Thanksgiving?
Hmm. Why does that feel like a trap? What are you doing? You're setting
Just
me up?
asking.
You're setting me up for
Um,
something.
I'm just asking.
I don't feel comfortable
I'm just
answering
asking.
that.
What?
This
It's fine. I don't want to ask. I'm sure the people didn't want to know. It's fine.
this feels like a
It's
trap.
fine.
My favorite thing is eating and then sitting watching football all day.
Okay, that's
Which
that's a good
to
answer.
I just realized that's kind of just like what I like to do every single Saturday. So I don't know if that can count. I'm just kidding.
You set yourself up for the trap.
That was a
You walked
joke.
right into it and said it yourself.
Oh, I just booed myself.
What I was gonna say is you were thinking of an answer, and I was gonna ask you, are you trying to figure out, because I asked you what your favorite thing was, and I was like, is he trying to figure out what his favorite food is to eat on Thanksgiving? Or because I kind of meant like an activity to do, like you enjoy being with family, maybe, or watching football,
I
or do anything else. But
I don't
you
like
went
I don't like the road you're going down here. I don't like Harry trying to paint me as a person.
just uh just
That's
just trying to tell the viewers what's happening, man.
I don't appreciate that. That bad
Just
Zach.
uh just trying to have a little fun, make the people laugh a little bit.
Okay, well we're out of time, so that's enough of that. Um,
See, this is the stuff that people like to hear, I think. I don't
yeah, I
know,
mean
maybe not.
if you're still listening, first of all, thank you. Shout out you guys. Um,
So day one's right there.
day ones, day ones. So yeah, 3 games left. We will see you guys next week. Please like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Um, yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. I know it's been a rough couple weeks, but sun keeps coming up every day. Got another chance to beat the you got to beat the Coyotes. I hate the
Yeah.
Coyotes. Hate the Coyotes. So
Got to have bragging rights within the state.
need them.
Have to.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for listening. We will see you next week. And go Jacks. Zach say go Jacks.
Go Jacks. Now we're both on the hook.